it's your turn. It is your turn. That's what I'm hearing. If this message resonates, feel free to keep watching. For some reason the cards always fall to the floor. So we got 2. Oh yeah, see, we got the breaking through card. So it's a breakthrough of some kind. Let's get a couple more. Okay, no other cards supposed to come out. I've only got these 2. Yeah, so we got the breaking through card. But it could also mean truth. So maybe your success has something to do with speaking the truth about any topic, and then people resonate with it. You're building, I wouldn't say following, it's more that you're building a community of like-minded souls, right? So that could be the success. So it could be social media, it could be starting a community or some kind of club in person. But it involves something about being authentic, because people can sense when people are not being authentic, but you're an authentic. You value being authentic. You understand the importance of being authentic, and that is the basis. That is the foundation of you being able to break through. You can see that this person is sounding the drums, which means it's an announcement of some kind. So maybe your success. I'm also hearing maybe something to do with performance as well, because it's an announcement of some kind. Something is going to be announced and that is your breakthrough. So maybe it's an announcement of an offer, it's an announcement of an opportunity. So it could be something along those lines, because sounding the drums is about announcement that something is on the way and something is coming. So I'm seeing like horses, for example, horses or messengers coming to deliver something. That's what it used to symbolize, some kind of arrival. That's literally, it's an arrival of something. And also we got excess. Can you see the amount of oranges here? This person is standing and seeing all these oranges, because why on earth are there so many oranges growing on the tree? So there's an excess of abundance in this case, especially these are oranges, so it's a very prosperous fruit, and there's just so many. So what if it is coming with this kind of breakthrough, that this is your time to shine, it's your turn, hence the initial message. It's your turn to receive this kind of good fortune, this good luck, this prosperity, but it's not an overnight thing. So I'm not getting that. Something that you've been working on diligently, privately, and you sort of kept your head down, but I think it's not just the consistency, I think it's the immense belief that it's gonna happen, whatever it is. It's a general reading, so I can't give any specifics, but I did say social media of some kind of spotlight, something that involves building this kind of following. So I'm seeing something similar to fans, if that resonates for you, but it's a lot of abundance, and you could just pick, there's this tree that you've been growing and it's bearing fruit. That's exactly what it represents. But excess just means that maybe you started off planting this tree, you have this tiny seed, maybe it's an idea, it's a seed of idea, you planted it, but you didn't think it's going to grow this big, you didn't think it was going to bear that much fruit. So I'm getting the vision, like the imagery that's probably similar to what you felt. You had this tiny idea, this tiny seed, you just decided to plant it, and you just thought, okay, well, I'll see where it goes, but you didn't think it was going to be this excessive, this in terms of the fruits of your labor. Or maybe there's a point where, because this is a very late spring kind of card, so it's not in the middle of winter or anything, so maybe in the winter you just thought, why isn't this tree bearing fruit? Because there are times where the tree doesn't grow, there's no set time when the tree bears fruit. You can't tell exactly when the tree is going to bear fruit, but then you've been standing here, you've been seeing, I just know this tree is going to bear fruit. You're so fixated on that and you're so firm on that because you gave the environment to this idea, which is the tree, the seed, the environment for it to grow. Now it's bearing fruit. Can you see? These two cards are really big. I just kind of wish they would give me another one to work with. There's only two. Shuffle it one more time. Okay. We got can you see we got the army card, which is tied to what I just said about building some kind of community, building some kind of following. It could be social media, it could be you on the spotlight of some kind, so maybe think acting or singing perhaps. Something that involves you being on the stage. Or maybe you could be a speaker, a public speaker. That could be something you're interested in. But can you see the army card here? You can't even make this stuff up. But it also represents discipline and effort. So I'm immediately getting some kind of Capricorn energy. So maybe you have Capricorn placements, or Virgo specifically, or Taurus. I think earth sign, but particularly I would say Capricorn because they're extremely hardworking. Can we just be for real? Can we just be honest? But Virgo is more about perfectionism. But you can see the army here. It supports the card I said about breaking through, building some kind of following or some kind of, in a sense, an army of people that resonate with what you're saying, that you're speaking some kind of truth here, and they'll just follow you, they'll defend you, essentially. But it requires discipline, effort, so it ties back to the Capricorn energy that I'm immediately sensing with this card. Discipline and effort. Can you see this tree? That's what you've been doing to this seed that you got, this idea, whatever that it may be, because it's a general reading. And now that with discipline and effort, it's growing into this tree. It's not long now. I'm not sensing it's not long now, but there's been moments where, like I said, you've been standing at the base of the tree and you're saying, why isn't this bearing fruit? What is going on? But then you just have this immense belief. I think it's mostly the belief in your consistency and efforts that's going to lead to this prosperity and abundance. It's literally an abundance card with excess. It's an excess of abundance. That's what I'm strongly getting with these cards. How nicely, I can't even make this up. There's no cuts here. It all ties very nicely together. You can see this, they're waving a banner as well. Back then, a banner is a symbol of identity, but it's also a victory. You wave, I could be wrong, but I'm trying to think back to, I'm trying to get the imagery as well, but when they wave the flag, it just means victory. They've won. So you're winning, okay? This card is an army. There's an army behind you. An army of followers, an army of like-minded people who believe in your truth. They also resonate with the truth that you're speaking and they're releasing out, putting out into the world. But you're also a leader of some kind. It just makes sense because I just say you're in the spotlight and there's people following you. You're a leader. You're waving the banner. It's a symbol of victory of some kind. I'm not sensing an actual, for example, conflict that you're gonna win. It's just you're winning in the sense that you've built this legacy for yourself and you've built something that you truly believed in, and through consistency you're getting all this fruit that you're probably gonna share with your followers, right? Your army behind you who's supporting you. So army in the sense that it just means a support system. That's also what I'm getting. So you have a really good support system, which is very rare. And there's a victory card. It's an army card, but I sense also victory because they're waving the banner. It's through discipline and effort.